Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Earlier, we were talking about the NBA playoffs series that happened last night, and now we're going to be talking about Dak Prescott and the future he may or may not hold with the Dallas Cowboys. Shocker. Guess what we're talking about now?
That's my main man, Dak.
Main man Dak. So the Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott is on a lack of contract talks, saying, "I don't fear playing with another team after 2024." After opening the offseason with a tone of optimism regarding continuing his career in Dallas past this season, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott seems much more open to the possibility of taking his talents out elsewhere after 2024. I'm not going to say I fear being here or not. I don't fear either situation, to be candid with you, Prescott said Friday from the Children's Cancer Fun Gala via The Athletic. "I love this game and I love to play and love to better myself as a player and my teammates around me. Right now it's with the Dallas Cowboys. It's where I want to be and that's where I am. And that's the focus. And after this season, we'll see where we're at and if the future holds that. If not, we'll go from there." Prescott has 1 year remaining at his current contract, a 4-year, $160 million deal signed in 2021, and said early in March that he was definitely confident that he and the Cowboys would be able to get an extension done. But that confidence was thrown into question over the course of the month. Owner Jerry Jones said, "I don't fear that," when asked about this season's possibility being Prescott's last in Dallas, followed by reports that the Cowboys had a mutual understanding with the quarterback that they would not adjust his contract before the 2024 season. Prescott confirmed Friday that he and Jones had not had contract discussions, though he said they had conversations on the situation and were aligned with where things stand at the moment. But he did not rule out the possibility of the sides talking in the future, even as he tries to keep his attention on preparing for the season ahead. Sounds like somebody's not going to be there next year and they just don't want to say anything yet.
Basically, you took the words right out of my mouth. Keep on. No.
They're being
Keep
so
on.
discreet with what they're saying, and, with the whole thing about, CeeDee Lamb holding out for his contract right now because he says he wants more money. And then Mike Parson, the other wide receiver, him saying,
Not wide receiver. He's a defensive player. He's defensive end. Yeah, but I got you.
Anyway, and then Dak Prescott saying he wants to be the highest paid quarterback right now, and obviously with the salary cap and the amount of money that the Dallas Cowboys have right now, I didn't see him staying to begin with, but now with all of this stuff coming out, it definitely does not seem like he's going to be there after this year.
I agree with you. Okay. I noticed there's some key words that are missing here.
Mm-hmm.
We, us, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm confident that things will work out. Dallas is where I want to be. Those are the buzzwords that you hear from a quarterback that wants to stay in Dallas. Dax was, we agreed to not talk anymore about the contract. I'm not afraid that my contract is ending. I'm not afraid to go somewhere else. If I'm not here, I'll be somewhere else. That is definite language for someone that doesn't want to be there any longer. Also, when you look around and you hear some of the things that Dak's family has said, to me, a lot of things point to, do Dak and his family really want to be in Dallas? Because I believe his mom and his brother both have said they would love to see him leave. And when you have family members like, they don't appreciate you, you should go somewhere else. People that are in your ear, eventually you start to believe this. One thing Dak is missing is there is no franchise in sports that pays better than the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm not even talking about contract money. Jerry Jones has no problem paying players. But what that means, whether you're Troy Aikman in the broadcast booth, Roger Staubach became a billionaire, Don Meredith, uh, you know, Tony Romo in the broadcast booth, Moose Johnson, Emmett Smith. After post career, Michael Irvin. When you start looking at being a Dallas Cowboy and what that does for you on the field and off the field, I have many a times looked at Dak Prescott and said, he does not get the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard this conversation and I watched the video of him talking, I felt like he does not get the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Either one, the pressure is getting to him, and maybe that's why he hasn't performed so well in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe the pressure's too much because it's a bright spotlight to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And not everyone wants that spotlight because it burns sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
When you do well, you spark. But when you
It,
do bad, you get burned.
yeah,
And I kind of feel
essentially,
like, go ahead, come on.
I was just going to say, essentially, the conversations that are being had is just kind of like, it is what it is, and whatever happens, happens. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from that.
I even got the vibe that it feels like a relationship on the verge of splitting up.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
haven't split up yet, but it's kind of that situation where little things are starting to slip through the cracks
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah.
I'm okay with my contract running out.
Mm-hmm.
Any quarterback that wants to stay at a team, they're not okay with their contract
Yeah.
running out.
Mm-hmm.
They want security.
Mm-hmm.
Football's a dangerous game. So what they want is they want to get that contract taken care of, renewed and extended so that if
Mm-hmm.
they get injured, they know they're going to still be with their team.
Right.
Dak is taking that approach of, no, you know what? I'm okay with this. Not a problem. I'll play the rest of the season out and we'll see what happens. And if I'm with the Cowboys, great. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
not, great.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of Kirk Cousins when he was in Washington. Same, a lot, very similar. And next thing you know, Kirk Cousins was signing a fully guaranteed contract with the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they're looking at that Kirk Cousin model, and that's their approach.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way Dallas and Dak Prescott comes together is if Jerry throws a mountain of money toward the Cowboy toward him, and I don't think they should.
No, I
Pay
don't think
him,
they should
pay him
either.
well. He's talked about this is the first time he says, and he's kind of double talked. He's like, I don't have to be the highest paid quarterback, but I would like to see where things go. I mean, if you watch that interview, he says he doesn't have to be, but he kind of implied how much the money matters in a way.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's kind of the way I took it. I think this relationship is coming to an end. And this is the reason why a player like Dak Prescott, you don't give him a no trade clause. Because when I look at this and I hear the way Dak is talking, and looking at the fact that you have CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons to trade, to sign, I would be thinking about this is the time to maybe move forward with Trey Lance and trade Dak Prescott and get a mountain of picks for a player like Dak Prescott, or trade for a younger quarterback maybe that you can move forward with. But I feel like the relationship between Dallas and Dak are coming to an end. And no one wants to say it because the season hasn't started, the season hasn't ended. But I look at a situation. Once upon a time, I dated this girl, and my big rule in life is never let someone move. Never, I don't let anyone move in with me ever again.
Mm-hmm.
But toward the end, you start to say like, this thing is over. I need to get out of here. But actually, she needs to go, or whatever it is. And so you can see that you live under the same roof, but you're starting to live separate lives.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of the way you look at that comment with Dak. I'm okay if I come here, or if I don't, I'll be with another team. It's kind of like we're starting mentally to start living separate lives.
Mm-hmm.
That was my take on all of that. Does that make sense to you?
No, yeah, it does, and I definitely feel like with this article that they are going to go their separate ways after this
Yes.
season is over with. I for sure think that's going to happen.
And here's the reason why. For anyone that's watching this and they say you're crazy, here's the thing. Dak's contract, he's getting paid 29 million this year. There's 40 million in
Mm-hmm.
dead cap money. Next year there's about 35 or so million or so dead cap money. So right around 75 to 80 million dollars over this year and next year
Mm-hmm.
in dead cap money. But if the Dallas Cowboys redid Dak's contract and extended it, you could take that 40 million and extend it out over the years of that contract, would open up a ton more money for the Dallas Cowboys. They would be able to sign CeeDee Lamb, they would be able to sign Micah Parsons, and they would not have lost the players that they lost this year.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they would have had more money to go out and pick up other free agents as well.
Right.
None of that happened. They didn't get a Derrick Henry. They didn't go out and get a solid starting running back. They've lost players. They've lost a few players. They haven't signed CD or Micah yet because they're up against the salary cap. Dallas needs salary cap relief, and the best way to do it would be to restructure Dak Prescott's contract.
Mm-hmm.
That has not happened. Free agency has passed,
Mm-hmm.
and that money is still on the books. That shows that Dallas, the Cowboy organization, is looking at this as they're either from talking to Dak and Dak's management team, or the Cowboys have made the decision that it's time to move on. That's the vibe I have.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't have any inside information, but when I look at the situation, it looks like it is that time. This is two people about to go through a divorce. They know they know it's going to take them a little time to get out of their lease. So
Right,
they're waiting on that lease.
They're not telling the kids yet.
Right. They're not telling their friends or anyone yet because they still got another 6 months on their lease.
Yeah.
But the minute that lease is over, it's like, you know what, Faith, you're a good person. I'm a good person. We're just not good together. Let's roll.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of the vibe I got from that one.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I hate to say it, but I saw this coming. So.
It's just slowly. You mean it's like a divorce. You slowly, if you're have you ever been around friends who've gotten a divorce? You start seeing little things at first. It's like, oh, they're great together, aren't they a cute couple? But then you start seeing little things.
I'm not old enough to have experienced friends getting divorced yet.
That's girl. Let me tell you, that is coming to a theater near you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Think about this. When you start looking at your friends that are getting married, all right, you're gonna count out 10 of them. Okay, when you get to 10, six of them are gonna get divorced. So,
yeah,
six of those weddings that you're gonna go to, you shouldn't even bought a dress for it because they're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
I only have
So,
one friend who's gotten married right now, so give me a couple years.
ooh, no, I'm telling you, couple years, my foot. Watch. It's gonna start. You're at that age now. Between that 20 and 25, it's like a slot machine. Those wheels just start rolling. Everyone's gonna start grabbing those spouses very soon.
Alrighty. Well, with that, guys, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about could schools face bankruptcy from the name, image, and likeness lawsuit. So make sure you guys stick around, and we will be back in a minute.